لا بعدين when I finish.
All right.
ما بعد.
Check and see. It should be coming up. All right, we're live. Take it away, Cameron.
Welcome, everybody, to April 9th Fishgistics show here live on both Fishgistics YouTube and Fishgistics on Facebook. My name is Cameron Steele, 35-year desert racer. We're going to have quite an esteemed panel of guests here today. Of course, Austin Farner, known as Fish, who is Fishgistics, hanging out right there. Down below, you can see already joining us on the call, three-time Dakar winner, Nasser Al-Attiyah. We're super stoked to have him in the house. Right below me, at least on my screen, is Jose Gr Abelardo from Score International. We'll be talking about the Baja 1000 and the Score series this year. Joining us a little bit later will be Christine GZ from Spain, as well as Toby Price, two-time moto winner at the Dakar. He'll be joining us from Australia, so quite an international field. I want to start off by just saying that, of course, Fishgistics is here for fun entertainment. Everything is just opinions. We're here to share some stoke and some vibe. We know the world is hurting right now, and we wanted to pass our condolences from Fishgistics and all of us here to anybody that's been directly affected. Obviously, all of us being on lockdown are directly affected, but for those that have passed, those that are ill, our prayers are with you, and we're thinking about you guys. And it's definitely a very different time in the world, and we're all doing our part to keep everybody as safe as possible. And I wanted to start off by going to Nasser, if you don't mind. Here in California, where I'm at, Nasser, we are on lockdown. We've been in our house for 25 days now. We haven't done much of anything. Toby Price is going to join us. You're going to need to turn your screen, Toby. You're sideways. But, we haven't done the welcomes yet, but welcome, Nasser. How are things in Qatar? And please correct me if I'm saying the name of your country incorrectly. I know.
Yeah, absolutely. Qatar. Yes, there's no problem. Yeah, it's everything going very well here in Qatar. We don't really have a lot of cases. But everybody respect the rule of the country, and everybody staying home now. For me, I've been in home for 20 days. Yeah, it's like not normal for me because most of the times I am racing and outside, But okay, I hope to come back soon, to enjoy our life, with the motorsport.
We certainly look forward to it. And Jose G, I wanted to catch up with you. I know that Mexico has strict orders out as well. How are things in Ensenada? I think that's where you are. Are you in Ensenada? And how are things going in Mexico and Baja in general?
Oh, yes, I'm in Ensenada. I'm at home right now. Things are okay here. People are at home and staying safe. Hopefully we'll all be okay in a couple of months. And just staying positive.
I think positive is a great message to have. And speaking of positive, seemingly always positive with a smile on his face, joining us from Australia. I'm not sure where. It says on the internet that you live on the Gold Coast. I don't know if that's where you're living or where you're at now, Toby, but welcome, Toby Price, to Fishgistics today.
Yeah, hey guys. Yeah, we're at home here in Gold Coast, Australia. So nice and early. It's a 5 o'clock wake up this morning. So it's yeah, it's been good. We're just doing the same thing as all around the world at the moment. It's just in lockdown and just doing some stuff around the house and around the shed. And you can't really venture out to get only get essentials really. So it's food and medical really. So it's definitely crazy times at the moment. But hopefully, like we say, we can get back to enjoying some motorsport soon.
And again, our prayers with everybody directly affected by this. And we're doing our part to stay in and keep everybody as safe as possible. Everybody, please respect the regulations in your particular country, state, or region that you're in. And just for fun, let's switch it up and let's have some fun with it. I want to ask, okay, because one of the things I've been doing a ton of is cooking and cleaning. Here at Casa Steel, we have an 8-year-old named Cameron K, and we also have a 5-month-old daughter named Grace. And so Grace takes up a lot of time with my wife, and I'm pretty proficient in dish cleaning. So I was wondering, you know, what's your guys' specialties? What are you guys good at around the house? Cooking, cleaning, and laundry are on my expertise list for sure. And if I had to pick one meal that I like to cook the most, I really like tacos, but we've been experimenting with some baby back ribs here at Casa Steel. How about you, Nasser?
Yeah, actually, you know, for me, first time, you know, I stay 20 days in home, you know, because most of time I am outside, but I find myself learning a lot, you know, to be in first to be in house and to cook and to manage some stuff. Never I see it from 20 years, you know. I find a lot of things, you know. Yes, and yeah, and I think it's not bad idea, you know, because I find a lot of things interesting, you know, you know, to find, you know, some different stuff, you know, to keep it in the store or in the garage, you know.
Yeah, for me, we tore our garage down, so I don't even have a garage to mess around in. I'm stuck inside the house. We just have dirt all around our house, so it's been raining for the last 2 weeks. So we have a ton of mud also. So I got all kinds of double whammies going on over here. Jose G, what's your expertise in the kitchen? What are you proficient at the house?
Well, I actually do like cooking, mostly barbecue outside, and I've done it a couple of times now when I've been in quarantine. But I've been keeping busy. I've actually been working every day, and I think I'm as safe as home here as I am out on the trails. So we've been scouting for new trails and trying to come up with really cool and fun stuff for this year and next year.
Well, we're going to be talking a lot about that shortly here, Jose G. We're excited about talking about the Baja Series, the changes that you've made. For those of you that may not have heard, the Baja 1000 has been converted to a loop race instead of a peninsula run. But just in a few short minutes, we'll get to that. Toby, I got to know, what's Toby good at besides cutting hair? Because we watched you on your Dakar show, and I'm going to tell you that, like, I need a clip and a dye job over here pretty bad. And I'd be tempted to let you take your clippers to my head, but I saw on the show that not only did you butcher a couple people's hair, you kind of nicked up a couple people as well.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's it. It's yeah, I'm just trying to get my barber skills back up to scratch. But yeah, so it's just trying to line up with that at the moment, and yeah, we had some fun at the Dakar event with the Bivouac Barber, and yeah, I think I still need to stick to racing motorcycles at the moment because yeah, we can't quite pay the bills with haircuts at the moment, but yeah, look, it's pretty much the same. We're just I'm trying to file a lot of paperwork. I usually come home and there's just a stack of mail and stuff that I need to get through, and I try and find all the bills and then I pay those. And so I'm just trying to file things at the moment, and then yeah, just working around the shop. So it's between all the haircuts and yeah, working at the shop, it's keeping us pretty busy.
Do you cook, Toby? You got to tell us. Do you cook? What are you capable of? You're a little bit younger than Nasser, Abelardo, and myself. You and Austin are probably closer in age, but what's your skill set at home? I mean, you travel all over the world, and so I'm just curious. What are you good at cooking?
Oh, mate, yeah, not too much really. I wouldn't even be trusted to toast the bread really, but yeah, look, I'm still alive. I'm 32, still kicking along, so I must be doing okay. But I prefer to try and cook like barbecue stuff, and I'm good at like mashing up some potatoes, mate, and that's about it really. So that's that keeps me alive.
Right on. Well, it's good to hear that you're at least going for it. What about you, Austin? Everybody, you always kind of throw it out there for all of us to talk a lot. We got to hear from you today. You're doing a good job on your branding. As you can see, I'm competing with your branding a little bit.
Changing the background up.
How do you like my background, by the way? This is from 2010. This is not one of my favorite photos.
How you do it, guys, like this?
Check the options there in the menu. I think there's like a virtual background, it's called, and you can change it up. It's kind of fun. But no, I am very proficient at Uber Eats. I'm really good at Uber Eats. That's my my specialty for cooking.
I just wanted to
that's about it.
Uber Eats is cheating. You guys do what you got to do, but for 25 days, the Steels have cooked every meal, all 3 meals every day, and done all the dishes. Anyway, we'll move off of that subject. Let's talk a little bit. Let's have some fun and talk about racing a bit. I want to start with Toby a little bit, because we've been watching the process. You have a new truck coming, if I'm not mistaken. You own one Geyser already, and you have now a Tisco coming, and you're also racing a Mason Motorsports truck. You and Nasser teamed up, just barely missing the win at the Baja 1000 this year. Congratulations, by the way. I haven't got to see it.
Thank you.
My attack dog. But what's going on with you, Toby? What's new and what's happening? Looks like you're going truck racing.
Yeah, look, so at the moment, previously I owned a Geyser truck over here in Australia, which is it's a trophy truck spec class basically. So that's our full-size trophy trucks we run here in Australia, because we have restrictions here, which is a 6-litre V8 motor. So we can't basically go unlimited and put big blocks and everything in these things over here. So we try and drop a lot of the weight where we can, and just try to get the truck to move along pretty quick and keep pretty competitive with the Class 1 buggies over here, because they can run a V6 twin turbo 3.5 litre V6 motor. So they've got about 800 odd horsepower, and we're struggling to try and get around, probably 550 to the wheels. So yeah, at the moment we're just we're building a new Tisco truck. It was all planned to race Fink over here in June, but yeah, unfortunately with all this coronavirus going around, the race got cancelled probably about 2.5-3 weeks ago, when this is all really kind of took off. So I've got a brand new truck sitting over at Tisco now. That's not going to be getting used probably for another 12 months until next year to come over for Fink. So I might look at trying to do an event in it over in the States, but we'll wait and see how it all goes. But it's keeping us quite busy.
My question is, so you're putting the 6-litre legal motor for Australia in that truck. So will that be legal to race in the 6100 class here in the States? I'm not familiar with that. Maybe Jose G can also answer, but is that legal, Toby?
No, not at all. So that's what I'll have to try and put that. Well, I'd run that truck then in the trick truck class. So I'd be underpowered then in that class, but then it's basically to our limit to what we can have here in Australia. So it's definitely not the way to go about trying to race in the States with the thing. But it's kind of hard to sit here and look at photos in Australia and not go and play with your new toy, really. So it's a little bit of torture.
Jose G, do you think we could give him a mulligan or a pass in the 6100 class? I mean, the guy's right there. So the guy to ask is right there. No, just ask him right here while everybody's watching.
Right, exactly. Jose, hook me up, mate. I need to get some seat time in this thing.
We can work out something.
You can work something out. There you go.
Work something out. Hey,
I'm in.
Nasser, after all the years and all the success at the Dakar Rally, 3 wins, 4 second places, which we talked about a little bit. The frustrating second place, but it's part of the process to stay there in the first place spot. What was your takeaway for, my first question is, what was your takeaway on racing the Baja 1000? How different was it from the rally raids that you've been racing? And 2, I think inquiring minds want to know what the heck it was like to hang out with Toby Price all that time during your team up at the Baja 1000. Even Jose G has to want to know this one.
To be honest, to be with Toby is really a nice moment, for me, because I know Toby from Dakar, and always we are talking, every Dakar I said, Toby, when we go to Baja 1000 to race, and he said, anytime, but we need to have a really right car, vehicle, there, and from last year, when we meet Jesse, and he said, the track is ready, and if you want to do it, we are ready, This was really fantastic, And
speaking of Jesse, Nasser, I do have a background photo that I'll share with you.
Yeah.
Yes, it's nice. Huh?
I had a feeling Jesse Jones' name might come up, but he's in the back there. He's actually digging. We all love Jesse. How much fun was that to be able to race with Jesse Jones and be a part of the program that he put together? I know Toby's got to do it quite a bit, but Nasser, it must have been pretty fun to be around Jesse. He's an incredible driver and just a great personality in our sport. You guys hear me, Nasser?
Yes, I hear you.
I was just saying, Jesse Jones must be quite a character to race with.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, to be with Jesse, you know, and with Topi, and Jesse have a lot of experience of Baja 1000, and for me it was really taking a lot of think and a lot of pressure. And he told me, you know, you need to do exactly like this, and I need to respect, you know, the experienced people in Baja 1000, and it was really a nice time, you know, for me, because I love to also to drive at night, you know, and it was amazing, you know, but the water and the raining, it was really making a lot of trouble, you know, for everybody, you know, but okay, we enjoy a lot.
I agree. Jose G, it must have been a heck of a decision for you guys to postpone the race by a day. I know that has happened before, but talk about a pressure situation. And you seem to be like the coolest character when it comes to hard decisions. What was it difficult for you and Roger and the team to make that decision to push the race back a day? And was it logistically tough to do?
Yeah, it was very difficult. And the good thing is that I got 100% support from Roger, as long as it's a good decision. Before we did it, we kind of got what we had to do, and we needed the day and a half, and that was the window we needed to at least make the race safer and know that most of the washouts that at least in the first 100 miles were already fixed. We had I don't know where we came up with all those bulldozers and backhoes and everything, and but we did it. We were confident, and a few teams helped us with sections. They pre-ran that day, and they would call me when they finished and say, this is good. And another guy told me this is good. The last call is when Juan Carlos Lopez called me from up at the summit and told me that everything was fine from there. So after that call, I knew we were ready. So talked with Roger, and then we made it public. But yes, it was a difficult decision. I think it was only done one time before. I'm not sure if that is correct, but it was definitely, to me, the correct decision to do.
Yeah, Cameron, you put your mute on mute there, buddy. There you go.
Microwave behind me. That's me on my dirt bike. Behind that, but definitely, you know, I think the right decision, Jose G. I think the race course was much safer. The bikes were going to have to go out almost right away after the rain stopped in the middle of the night. So I think more consideration for the bikes than anything. But it was a great race course. The mud made for an adventure.
Yes.
But it wasn't anything too disastrous. What do you think, Toby? Was it awfully muddy on your section or not too bad?
Yeah, no, look, the first 500 miles was definitely it was quite muddy. So I've never been blinded so much just from mud and water and everything that normally is in for Baja. It's always dust. So it's but yeah, look, it was definitely a really good race course, and it came up extremely well. And what they did by postponing was definitely a safe move and the right direction. So yeah, no, it's it. Jesse gave us a really good truck. The four-wheel drive system for the mud there definitely worked quite well for us. And other than that, was a really good trip for us. So we definitely, myself and Nasser, we had a lot of fun pre-running and doing some testing in that week leading up. So it was really good time, and that's it, man. Myself and Nasser have always spoke for ages about coming to do the Baja 1000, and this year with Jesse, it just worked out extremely well. And then to top it off with a second place podium finish on our first attempt together, it was pretty damn cool. So it was something pretty special.
When are you guys coming back again this year? I know you guys had said you were going to race the 1000. Any plans to do the either the 500, probably not, which is in a couple weeks for you guys, and then or the San Felipe race, which now got moved to where the Baja 400 is? You guys have any plans to come to either of those?
For myself, no, not at the moment. But yeah, look, there's Nasser right there. He's thinking about it already. I can see it. So
yes, I think we have a plan. You know, me and Toby, we need to do all the race.
Yeah,
do all of them. Oh, there you go.
Yes.
Yeah, we need to do all
Because
of them. I'm down for that. So if we can get some sponsors to do that side of things, we're in. But
don't worry
yeah,
for
look,
the sponsor. We have the sponsor. It's ready now.
Yeah,
There you
okay,
go.
perfect. Done.
Oh.
Yeah.
Jose, you heard them put their name on the entry list.
Yes.
It's funny that you guys both have that same hat on. I think that they could probably help you out to get there. But
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
what's the main attraction, Nasser? What's the main attraction for you, having done so many things worldwide? It seems like Baja and the Baja 1000 are quite a bit different with the ability to pre-run, the racing at night, just the unlimited vehicle specs. There's so many different things that what sticks out in your mind as the thing that really makes Baja different for you or so attractive for you?
To be honest, you know, when I jump in this track, you know, always I am smiling, you know, every kilometers, every miles, you know, and there is no limit for the trophy track. And for us, it's look like more safe, you know, because if we need the power, we have the power. If we need to go in the big in rough section, you know, we can go flat out, you know. And really we enjoy a lot, you know, compared to our race in Europe or in Dakar. We have everything is it's a limit, you know. But to do Baja 1000 before 1 week, and for me, I enjoy a lot, you know, and really I love to do this stuff, you know. And thank for the organization, thank for everybody, you know, to keep this race exactly like this, you know, because you need to enjoy, you know, because motorsport is enjoying and it's always flat out. This is important.
For sure. Hey, Jose, how tough is it with the fact that there really are no rules for trophy truck? Does that make it quite a bit easier as a promoter where you don't really have to worry about anything? There's no technical inspection. There's no limitations. I mean, it's really just safety stuff. And I'm going to get back to asking both Nasser and Toby another question about the Baja 1000, but does it make it easier for you having the vehicles be unlimited, so to speak?
And in that case, yes, it is easier because you don't have to. I mean, there's really it's an unlimited class as long as it resembles a truck, and it does make it easier. The drivers don't make it easy, but
I can imagine. Hey, so speaking of that, you've made some hard decisions, you know, changing the race, the disqualifications. One thing that I think that you've done a good job at is trying to enforce the rules that there are there. And I think a lot of those rules are based on, you know, trying to make sure that we're able to have that ability to visit everybody in Baja and come and race. How hard was it for you to make this decision to move the Baja 1000 from a peninsula run, which it was scheduled for, to now being announced as a loop race? Not only just making that decision, taking it from the full peninsula to the loop, but when you start talking about the logistics of all of a sudden having to change the dynamic of the ranchos you're going to go through, and thankfully you guys have a lot of great friends all over the peninsula, but how tough of a change was that for you?
Well, it was very tough, but again, I think it was the right thing to do. We're all going to be hit pretty hard by this crisis, and I know some teams will not be affected as much, but we have to think about everyone, not just the top classes. So making it a loop race is cheaper, and the logistics are easier. Even pre-running it, I mean, you come back, you don't have to go all the way down to La Paz. That makes it super expensive. I know a lot of people were looking forward to that race because it's like the one to do. And I know we got some negative comments, especially from fans that were waiting for the race to go down. But we'll go down next year when things are better. But it was tough, but again, it was the right decision.
Yeah, I think it saves a lot of people from having to fly on airplanes too, which, you know, I don't know how soon everyone's going to want to get right back on airplanes all the time. So just everything added together, I think it was good too.
Yeah.
I definitely support the decision, Jose G, and I'm looking forward to it. Any little sneak peeks at what we're going to be racing? Would you care to share anything? we have raced the loop race a couple times in the last few years, and I'm just curious. I know you keep coming up with different sections and different looks. Is there anything specifically that you're looking at that might be different that we haven't seen? I mean, and you don't have to share exactly the spot, but is there some stuff that you're looking at? I know there's been some talk over the last couple of years of where you could and couldn't go, haven't been able to get a tractor through or whatever, but something new, some tricks up your sleeve?
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, I already have actually, I have the courses laid out, both of them, everything from this year is done. We're working on all the permits, and
thanks for sending me that file, by the way. I appreciate it.
Yeah, me too. I'll second that.
No. I mean, yeah, you guys expect for a lot of surprises, even though some of you have been down here for a lot of years pre-running and just having fun. You're going to be surprised that you won't even know where you are in some sections. I've been doing it all my life, and I came up with some trails that have never been raced on before. Really cool. And also, I mean, something to look out for the 1000 is that since we made it a loop race, well, we wanted to make it a real Baja 1000, and that was one of the things that Roger requested. Just give me 1,000 miles of dirt, and we got him. We got 1,004 miles of dirt and only 54 miles of highway in the whole course, and it's very cool.
54 miles of pavement on the whole course. Is that what you said?
Wow.
Wow, that's awesome.
Well done.
1,000-mile loop race. That's going to be pretty interesting. I'm looking forward to that. And I'm going to shift gears. I'm going to ask Nasser and Toby both a question. But first of all, for those of you not familiar with what Fishgistics is all about, Austin, you want to explain to everybody it's not just this particular show where we come with opinions and have some fun, talk about current events and current racing, but there's actually a tracking and more to Fishgistics than just live streaming shows.
Yeah, I just try to keep everybody, updated during the races. I like to have a platform that, guys, all you guys can come out here and talk to everybody. Everybody loves hearing from all of you guys with social media nowadays and everything. Then during the races, I offer tracking services for people in the race. I know last year I was doing tracking on Jesse's truck for them. So that was, they always appreciate that. And then just keep everyone updated during the race, how it's going. Score has pretty good live coverage. So it really helps me to be watching their live coverage during the race. And then all you guys down there are texting me updates and sending me updates. So just like to keep everybody posted on how it's going. And, it's hard to cover a Baja race because it's spread out in the middle of nowhere, so anything that can be posted online for people to see during the race, that's what everyone wants to see it. My opinion is nobody really cares about the race a week after, no matter what race it is. Who cares about a week later? They want to see it now when the race is going on, so you got to have live now. You want to know what's going on now, or it's old news after that,
For sure, Austin. And just to put that together, Austin offers tracking for certain teams. He tracked for Nasser and Toby, tracked for our team as well. So during the race, you can get live updates to your cell phone where your race car is. He also does live hourly updates on Fishgistics through Facebook, and brings the news and brings the videos from everybody. Okay, so now my next question, Baja 1000, Nasser and Toby specifically. I would consider myself a well-rounded world traveler, but I'm not really a world racer. I haven't raced that many places in the world. You gentlemen have done quite a bit of racing and have seen the view of our sport of off-road racing from many different angles and from many different countries and from many different fan bases. I wanted to ask you, and this might be a hard question to answer, where does the Baja 1000, because we talk about it as the premier off-road race in the world, and I truly believe that. I do have a ton of respect for the Dakar Rally. I think that is also the premier off-road race in the world. I mean, there's so much there. But where does the Baja 1000 stack up when you start talking about it on a world stage? And you two guys wanting to come to this race tells me how great it is. But what is that? What do people think about Baja outside of this Western United States and Mexico? What does Europe or Australia or the Middle East or Africa have to say about the Baja races? And Nasser, if you don't mind, you can go ahead and start with that.
Yes, actually, from long time, when I was dreaming, to do Dakar, and I started Dakar in 2004. And then, you know, when I came 2009, I was really also coming like dreaming to do Baja 1000, but I don't know how to do it, you know, and I don't find really myself, I have any information about Baja 1000, and just I was following the race every, you know, and yeah, when I meet Toby and I meet all the guys, and for me, really, Baja 1000, it's a different level, you know, because we need to prepare everything for this race, because this race, it's only one day, 24 hours, you know, and if something happen, you lose everything, you know, because compared to Dakar, we have like 15 days race, every day between 300 to 400 kilometers. It's mean I don't know how many miles, you know, 150, 170 miles like this, you know, every day, and it's totally different, you know, and yeah, to do Baja 1000, it's really, for me, it's a big step. I think a lot of driver dream to do this race, you know, because when I came to Middle East and everybody asked me about this race, you know, Baja 1000, because it's have a lot of background, you know, a lot of history of this race, you know. For me, I was following Ivan Stewart. It's correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, Toyota with the one single seater, you know. And I said, how possible he can do alone all this way, you know? But I don't know. It was you can do like pre-runner, you know, and you can do a practice, you know. And said, okay, one day I will try to do alone, you know. But in this moment, I am happy to do with the Toby, because really he do a good job, you know, in this race.
He's a pretty good story. Toby, how about your reflections on? I mean, I know the Fink is the biggest race in Australia. What about the other races that you've and welcome Christine GZ coming in right now from Spain. But Toby, you know, how does the Baja 1000 stack up for you and in the world view of off-road racing or motorsports?
Yeah, look, that's the best thing about Baja racing. It's a completely different discipline of racing, really. So it's really hard to compare it to a Dakar race. But the best thing with Baja, yeah, you can go down a week and a half early and start pre-running and getting to know the track and know the areas and stuff. And there's no other race really in the world that kind of offers that besides the Fink race here. We can go and pre-run, but we can't do it in like a luxury pre-runner. So we have to do it like in the normal old Mitsubishi Triton truck and stuff like that. And then I've got a Can-Am that I try and do some sections out there as well. But look, it's definitely just one of those races. It's on pretty much the top of my list. It's Dakar is my main one that I want to do, and then straight underneath that is the Baja 1000. It's the pinnacle of off-road racing, and that's where all the best off-road racers go and battle it out down through Baja. So it's definitely one that I love to try and get to every year, and it's definitely a good race to be a part of. And then especially this year with Nasser and with Jesse Jones getting us a trophy truck was a one to remember, and we're pumped to be a part of it. So hopefully many more years to come. But it started off racing 2 wheels down there, and we've made that bit of a shift to 4 wheels. It's just a little safer around that time coming up close to Dakar racing and stuff. So it's a roll cage and seatbelt definitely helps to keep myself fit and healthy and ready for Dakar in January.
Well, this is how I do some of my training with some ice cream. One of my
nice.
Eat some ice cream. So, hi, Christine. We'll get with you in just a second. Welcome to Fishgistics. Jose G, after hearing Nasser and Toby talk about the Baja 1000 and the Baja racing, I know that it's got to make you feel proud. You know, the lineage of tour goes back, obviously, Mickey Thompson, Sal Fish, Paul Fish, and Oscar Ramos. Now yourself, Roger. So many people have played a part in it. It must make you pretty proud to hear about the status of the Baja 1000 all over the world.
Yeah, totally. I'm super proud, and I mean, being a part of this, really growing up here in Ensenada, I would have never guessed that I would be. I always saw myself maybe racing, and thank God I did, but never on this side. And I really challenge, and really good to hear it from and Toby. I met them at the finish. They were the happiest lives. So things like that just keeps us going.
Nasser's getting some background help there. This is
my
I don't want to
fan,
play with that, because if I start going through my phone and what I've got in my background, it can turn
Yeah,
messy.
careful
So,
what you put up on the background there.
I'm gonna leave. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna leave you the plain old view of what's in the background here. So
you have some space for some trophies on the wall back there, Toby.
no, man, they're all at the workshop. I'm hanging them up there at the moment. So yeah, I'll keep the plain walls at the moment.
Without being too cocky, I'll switch from my navigator, Cody not eating ice cream, to this is one of my favorites, actually. I'm sure you guys can imagine, but that's the one that we relish in.
That's the one we're all chasing. That one right there.
Yeah, so it's great to have you guys on. I'd like to introduce Christine. Actually, Christine, if you don't mind, can you introduce yourself a little bit, since we don't have as much information. I don't know you personally. I've met all these other racers here, and so maybe a little bit of introduction on where you're at. First of all, you're in Spain, I believe, in your home country, and I'd like to hear a little bit about what you have going on.
1000.
Nasser is still trying to get a background. Hi everyone, well, nice to see you and meet you.
It's too difficult for me, you know.
I'm kind of stuck here actually, because I was supposed to go back home to Canary Islands, but they blocked the flights right when I got here. So I'm in my super immigrant flat where we are like 6 people squashed in like 80 square meters. So it's pretty crazy.
Talk a little bit about
you race the Baja races. So what other races do you do in addition to the Baja races? You've done some rally racing also, correct?
Yeah, I actually started by rallying. I did like 3 years rally. Then we did the World Championship also, like the Spain. We won the gravel Spanish Championship, and then I ended up in this crazy off-road world, which I am really addicted to right now. So I'm actually really happy that I made the switch. I wasn't really looking for it, and when I ended up in this, I'm just so happy about it.
Can you guys, is there still audio there?
There we go, it's back.
There we go.
Nasser couldn't do the background.
Yeah, I don't know how to do it, you know.
You gave up.
My boy, he teach me, you know, but I don't want to put any pictures.
I did it because when we did the test session, I was messing around and I learned a little bit about how to do it. Again, not my favorite photo, but this one's a banger for sure.
I prefer this one.
There you go.
Oh, there it is.
Now, Nasser, do you mind showing us those those trophies behind you there? It looks like you have a pretty interesting trophy collection in your house there. Maybe show us that for a second.
Also, not just the Dakar trophies, but we'd love to see, for those of you that don't know, in 2012, Nasser won the bronze medal for Qatar at the Olympic Games. So we'd love to see that one as well, Nasser.
Yes, I will bring it now.
You have a room just for trophies?
Yes, I have a lot of trophy, and this is only the section of the shooting, you know, clay pigeon, it's called. Yes, I have this one is a gold medals in Asian game.
Very cool. Yeah, I don't know too many people that have that many variety of trophies. That's for sure.
Yes, and I hold I hold also the world record, 150 from 150. Yeah, I shoot 150 from 150, no miss.
That's pretty cool.
Sounds very
So,
good.
yeah.
Yes, and
Definitely
this
not
is
a man to be playing with when he's got a gun, that's for sure.
all, yeah, all the trophy what I have here. It's Middle East Championship. I win 15 times Middle East Championship and 2 times world champion in WRC, 4 times cross country. Yes, and yeah, it's missing Paha 1000 now. Toby.
But mate, we were close. We were close. So
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
If it makes you guys feel any better, the year before we were the winner, we were second place. So maybe, you know, it's a good stepping stone. We actually, in 5 years, we were third, second, and first. So
it's mean we can win next year, this year.
yeah.
Oh,
There you go.
Exactly.
Cameron might have something to say about that, though, huh, Cameron?
I have something to say about it.
Too good.
Hey, Jose.
Well, they set up sponsorship already, so you're ready to go.
Yes, absolutely.
That's it. We're on. We're full gas and ready for another year of it. So it's yeah, if we can definitely add that one to the list, that would be quite a pretty big accomplishment. It's there. I don't think there's really anybody that's got a Dakar trophy and then a Baja 1000 trophy sitting in their house. So I think if we can do that, Nasser would be the first
yes,
one to
absolutely.
tick that off.
I agree with you. I am ready, you know, for this year. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. So Ricky has won the 1000 overall on bikes and the Dakar on bikes overall as well, right? So he actually has both those trophies.
Damn.
Is that right?
But
Right, Austin?
They don't really compare. They don't really have an overall though, right? Like, isn't it separate?
It's different
Because the bikes don't do the same courses as the cars do, right? Right, guys. That's what I understand.
So I'm not totally clear on everything with Dakar. So I know that Toby has won the Dakar on the bikes a couple times, but Nasser, the three wins for you, and Toby, the 2 wins for you. That's got to be an incredible feeling, incredible accomplishment for you guys to be able to do that. It's an honor for us to have you come over and race the Baja 1000.
Yeah, it's to have 2 of them trophies sitting in the house. It's a bit of a dream come true, really. You don't really believe it, and still to this day, I still don't really believe I've still got 2 of them. So it's it's just Dakar's one of them races that is designed to break man and machine, and it throws everything at you in that race. So it's quite a crazy one. But then it's the Baja 1000 is also its own beast as well, really. So it definitely is designed to break man and machine, and it's you got to get across some of that ground as quickly as possible, but as safely as possible too, and preserve and look after the equipment, because like you say, you get one flat tire these days with the trucks, or one issue with the bike, it costs you that race in the Baja 1000. Everyone's so fit and strong and can ride the bikes and drive the cars to their potential. So it's definitely a good event to be a part of.
And now Toby, I think, really keyed on something there. There's no pre-run. You never get to see or even know what direction you're going until you have the road book in your hand, and you don't even know where you're going to start leaving the bivouac either, right? So I mean, it's completely unknown where you guys are traveling, and just adds to obviously how cautious you have to be and how you have to race the course.
Yes, actually, you know, with the new rule now, we get only the road book before the 15 minutes of the race, you know, and we need to work in 15 minutes and to correct all things what we need, and then we start, and we have a lot of stress inside the cars, you know, and but okay, we learn, and I think it's more fair for everybody for Dakar, you know. I hope it will be not for Baja 1000.
We certainly appreciate
the difference between the rally obviously and the Baja 1000 is pre-running. Now, Christine, I know you've done quite a bit of pre-running down in Baja. Are you racing the Baja this year at all?
Well, hopefully, yeah. Everything looks fine. I mean, obviously, when all this is over, I hope to be back because I just hate being down here and seeing all of you guys still out in the desert. So.
Did you race last year in the Baja 1000?
Yeah. Yes, we did 7th. We had a few issues, but for the rest, we had a big changes during the year because we had a new manager coming in, and so like the structure of the team got better, and hopefully this year is going to be even more.
Hey, well, it's great to have you racing with us, Christine. Jose G, speaking of rally and talking to Toby and Nasser, have there been some considerations? I know last year we did one segment where we stopped the time on the race. Is that something that we might see more of, or is that something we won't see, especially now where we have such little amount of highway? But is that something that we might see in the future?
Yes, definitely. That was just a test races, and we will see it when we have very long sections, like when we do south of Puertecitos to go to Gonzaga and things like that. That's the goal, to get it perfect, so that it's not a stage, or it is pretty much a stage, but you're not racing and you're not stressed to keep it at 60 or whatever, and holding it at 60 for an hour or 45 minutes. So yeah, that's the whole thing is not racing on the pavement.
I'm a big proponent of that. I believe in that wholeheartedly, and I appreciate the efforts. What's next for everybody? I mean, I know that the schedule is very up in the air, and again, we're, our thoughts, prayers, lots of respect to anybody directly impacted, specifically people that may have lost their life or have loved ones that have passed. I know, Jose G, that you've rescheduled the Baja 500 for later in June. Is that something that you're, speaking of the Mexican government and people in Baja, it looks like a likely date that can stay together? And I know you can't predict what's going on.
No, I think we can't. No one can predict anything right now. We're confident that it might be possible. We're not 100% sure. We still have a big gap. That's why we went from 4 races to 3 races and redid everything. So if something happens and June is not doable, we can still have the option of moving it to July. And I already have the race course. If we do it in July, I already have the race course, which means no desert. So yeah, we have plan A, plan B. Well, now we have plan C and D, and we want to do the 3 races. And hopefully if not by June, by July, things will be better.
I appreciate that, Jose G. Good to know that someone's working hard on the plan. Again, unknown what's to come on timeframes. Toby, what are your aspirations schedule-wise? What are you hoping to do coming up? June or July, or has everything been canceled? I know the Fink, that's a massive event for you guys to have cancel. That's not something that they can move around based on where it runs and everything. It's just something that had to be canceled.
Yeah, look, it's for us, or for me, we really don't know when our next event's going to be. So it's really up in the air at the moment. We are hearing around June, July will be pretty much like when the rally stuff might be able to kick off again. But yeah, unfortunately for us, the Fink Desert race is here in the second weekend of June, basically. So there's really no other weekend that it can be run. It's tradition of running over June long weekend. It's the Queen's birthday long weekend here in Australia, so it gives people a bit of a chance to be able to travel home on the Monday, the Tuesday, having that day off. And so it's definitely it's a bit of a tough one for us at the moment. So we don't quite know where we stand, and you're just trying to keep as fit as you possibly can, but not pushing overboard, because you don't know if it's going to be in 2 months' time or in 9 months' time we start racing. So you don't want to burn yourself out. This is about the only time had that bit of a break. You see all these memes getting around now with the husband and wife, and the house was old and rickety, and now it's like brand new. So it's everything's just getting fixed up. I guess it's kind of good. We're getting that chance to get that little bit of a break and catch up on all those jobs. We're all falling behind on at home and everything because we're always so busy in motorsport racing. That's all we live and breathe for, really. So it's you wake up in the morning and you're thinking race cars and bikes, and that's the last thing you think of going to sleep. So it's kind of a good break, but it's definitely not the best way to go about it. We've got to try and keep people safe and look after everybody. And if anyone's out there in need, you definitely got to try and lend a hand where you can, and keep your social distancing and look after each other.
Right. And schedule-wise, do you think, Nasser, that the Silkway Rally is something that's a possibility? What is the date of that event? I'm not even totally sure.
I think the date of the Silkway, July, 10 July. But still, it will be short race, because the last part of Silkway, it will cancel. It's a China. It's will be only for 6 days, maybe. But until now, there is no any news, anything, Yeah, just when we'll hear the first race, who will be, I am definitely coming,
Right. Christine, what do you have on your plans for the rest later in the year?
Well, I'm just waiting for Baja. I was gonna race the Rallycross, the World Championship, the one in Catalonia, but it was in April also, so that was canceled too. So whatever. I mean, right now I'm racing my pants, so.
Right. Right now I've been racing doing dishes, but the sink is clear, so I have plenty of time to talk to you guys here on Fishgistics. Just opinion-based commentary, just have fun. Don't take it as fact. Don't take it to heart. But we've had some great guests today. Super excited for everything that we've been able to share. Again, thoughts and prayers with everybody directly impacted, and hopefully those of you that are at home following the rules of your social distancing or your lockdowns or whatever each one of your countries or areas are asking you to do. Hopefully we've been able to provide a little bit of insight with some great guests. I'd like to ask everybody for a closing thought before we sign off. Something race related or something maybe fun. I know that we're all thinking about the people that are impacted physically and with their health on this, but maybe something that something we don't know about you. Tell us something we don't know about yourselves that we might find interesting, if you don't mind. And we'll start with you, Jose G.
Wow, I don't know what you know about it.
What? There's got to be something. You guys are no fun. How about you, Toby? You got something weird you want to share with us?
Oh, no, not about me, mate. It's just a good experience myself and NASA had at the Baja 1000. I'm pretty sure everyone saw it. It was the day before I got stuck on the old mud hill. I had the navigator of NASA telling me, yeah, take the left line. It's so much better. It's easier. And I get stuck. And then next thing, NASA jumps in the truck and takes off and then just rips straight up the hill on the other line. But I got my payback the next day, mate. I saw the trophy truck laying on its roof, and
but it's not my fault, It's not my fault,
It's not my fault.
It's the co-driver's fault. It's always the co-driver's
fault.
fault.
It's your fault, Fish. Because you give me your helmets. You give me your helmets. It's a new helmet. And you said, Nasser, it is a new helmet. You need to drop it now because it's not anymore new. I was thinking, I need to do it like this with our trophy truck,
With the trophy truck.
Yep. You have to scratch the paint.
Trophy truck. We need to drop it on its roof.
Yeah. It actually almost worked, really. I mean, you got second place. What do you I think it's pretty good, actually. It probably worked.
100%. You cannot complain at all. It was a good outcome, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I can share that I am superstitious. So whenever we get a new paint job or new body, I always bust out the pocket knife and scratch the roof and the fender.
This is a good idea, I think.
Yeah, this next year, this is our trick for this year at NASA. We just scratch the roof with a knife and we're good.
Yeah, that's a little easier on the truck than flipping it over completely.
Not anymore in Europe.
Hey, it happens to everybody. That photo that I've been sharing, if you guys didn't know that, that photo that I shared of Cody Stewart, I navigated myself upside down. That is actually not even during a race. That is during a qualifying pre-run. So that's full squirrel right there at 35 miles. We're even trying to go fast.
But mate, look, I don't even think you touched the roof. I think you cleared that by a mile, so you're still pretty good.
True, we didn't end up touching the roof until it went nose to tail a couple times, and then it started tumbling the other way.
Yeah.
But the good news
here I got a not to cut you off, Cameron, but I got a question for Jose G before he goes. Someone's asking for the Baja 500. Is it going to go? Any hints on where it might go? Is it going to go towards San Felipe? Anything you can tell us about the 500 course?
Well, not a lot that I can say right now, of course, but it's definitely not going to San Felipe. It's we're planning it in June, and maybe if we move it to July, definitely no desert. Right now, we do have a little bit of desert, but it's not gonna go near San Felipe. Of course, we try to keep it mostly on the coast and on the mountains. So there's not a lot you can do. There's not a lot of, you can't change it up that much. So it's people know where the course goes, but you can definitely expect a lot of new stuff.
Okay, very good.
Any other questions you have there, Fish?
That was the number one that I had been getting asked. Really, nothing. We pretty much covered all the other ones so far. Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Right on.
How about you, Cameron? How's the Baja HQ store and that going? You guys, like, with all the restrictions and stuff there, are you still cruising along well and that? Is the shop still open?
We've shut every. Thanks for asking, Toby. Baja HQ is our off-road aftermarket shop. We have it primarily shut down. We were finishing up getting people their vehicles back. Our Desert Assassins race shop is also shut down. My feeling was just get all the guys back to their families, and we might have a guy or two in and out of there, some stuff, but we have the showroom closed down, and you know, it's tough. You know, we don't, when you drive around here, I actually have only driven past my stop sign at the bottom of my street, I believe, one time in the last 3 weeks, and I can see the freeway from my house. It's pretty wild how people are out there. But yeah, shops are closed down for the most part. Like I said, I think at Baja HQ we might have someone in there pushing some stuff up, but it's a wild time. You guys all shut down on everything you guys are doing as well. Toby, is your race shop able to be open?
Yeah, so like my workshop and stuff, I can have that open at the moment, because that's just basically private stuff that I'm doing for myself. So it's only like literally 10 minutes up the road, so I can just sneak up to there and do some jobs and everything. But yeah, surprisingly, like, we're under a lot of restrictions. We're not meant to be going to the beach, and still people are going to the beach, and can't go and play golf. You can't go and do a lot of things, but some people still, it seems to be crazy. A lot of people are still out there, and you're on the freeway, and there's so many cars. It just seems like it's a normal day, but our cases of the coronavirus is quite low, and we're definitely getting the numbers to drop over the last couple of days, and the cases are not coming through as much now, but we've we're just trying to slow it down as much as we can. But yeah, the only essential bits is just medical and trying to get food. But yeah, we've got to try and keep like 1.5 meters from each other, and to go do shopping and stuff. So it's a bit of chaos, and yeah, you can't get in there and get the things you need most of the time. It's, the panic buying was the biggest thing. It was Australia just got hit hard with the toilet paper. Everyone was just like losing their mind for toilet paper over here.
Yeah,
It's so stupid. Yeah.
They ain't gonna fix nothing, so I don't know what the hell's going on. But
for NASA, you there in Qatar, same situation, right? Completely locked down.
Yes, a little bit, you know, but it's more easy to move here, you know. We don't have a lot of cases, you know, and yeah, it's most of the shop, I will say 50% of the shop open, just for the emergency, you know, for the food, but the sport is completely closed here in Qatar, you know. and just to be safe, and at least, you know, to keep this disease far away, and to come back, you know, in normal life, you know.
Right. I understand.
I think where Christine is probably the most shut down out of anywhere is Spain, probably.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I was about to say.
Yeah, Spain and Italy, it's crazy, and it just one day you think that it's gone, and all of a sudden it just the numbers increase. So it's insane. Like I went to the supermarket, which is literally like 50 meters out my house, and they stopped me 3 times. So
Wow, yeah, that's a lot more than anything going on here.
yeah, I've stole the terrace from the neighbor because otherwise we would die in here.
How about you, Jose G? It's very quiet, I'm assuming, in Ensenada.
Yeah, it is pretty quiet. Most of the people are staying at home. I do go to the office almost every day for just a couple hours, but we don't receive people there, so it's we lock ourselves in. We're staying safe, mostly at home, just going out to the supermarket and back.
Yeah.
Sounds like
good to hear what's going on from everywhere. Thanks everybody for coming on.
Yeah, thanks everybody.
Thank you.
All right, well, Austin, you think you ready to wrap it up and call it good?
Yeah, I think we're good. We got an update from literally all over the world. So that was kind of what I wanted to do. And I think we did that. Can't wait to get back to racing just like everybody else. That's for sure.
Yeah,
hell yeah,
absolutely.
Lots of unknowns out there, folks. Be safe, be smart, follow your local guidelines, whatever your country or county, region
Thank
are
you,
saying.
guys.
Master, thank you very much for being a part of
Thank you so much, guys. You know,
yes, thank you
so
for coming
happy
on.
to see everybody, you know, and be safe, please.
Thank you. Now, Toby,
and see you soon.
Yeah, thank you,
Yes.
that, Toby. Thanks for joining us. It was 5 in the morning, and you probably couldn't be sleeping, but we appreciate the time. And now it's almost midnight for you.
Yeah, midnight to sleep now.
Yeah, I need a lot of beauty sleep, mate. So it's it makes it hard over here. And I missed a couple of hours this morning, but it's good to see all you guys, and yeah, good to catch up, and yeah, make sure everyone just stays safe, and let's get ready to have some fun when this all lifts up, and yeah, we get clear of it. So keep safe.
Thank you, Christine, for
thank you.
coming.
Yeah, Christine.
Thank you, guys. See you soon.
Okay, and Jose G, thank you very much for being a part of this from Spore. Everybody, be safe out there, be smart, follow the guidelines. Remember, this is all opinion-based fun. Austin, thank you again for Fishgistics. Everything you do, feel free to share this, people, and it will be able to be found on the Fishgistics YouTube and the Fishgistics Facebook page. Austin, any closing thoughts?
Big thanks to you, Cameron, and all of you guys for coming on. I couldn't do this without you guys coming on, and I think people are really stoked to hear from you guys. Gives everybody a little bit of hope that everybody's still into it and all waiting to get back out there. So I think it's just a good positive thing to hear from everybody all around the world.
This is good.
Everybody be safe, stay home, and social distance, and hope to see you at the races soon. God bless.
Keep cooking.
Thank you.
See ya.
Thanks, legends.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.